What's going on? Legion here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our Data Gaming XP Grind episode 97. So, obviously, we've been working on range a little bit, and we've got level 36 with 10,048 XP, rune crafting 850,999 XP, and cooking 329,750 XP. So, the reason we're not going to go over the other skills right now, we're going to do another daily XP update at the end of the video. But what I wanted to do was basically try a couple things to potentially find quorum, potentially find blurite, and I've got some ideas, but obviously it's been something that's sort of been on our mind, and we've got to sort of figure it out. So obviously, we thought potentially we might be able to get more shrapnel from Garu packs, but we did not actually try to look inside the Goblin packs. I really don't think it's going to be in there. Obviously, that's something not going to help us with the blurite. It's not going to help us with our quorum problem, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, playing the other RuneScapes, there might be more information that could help us potentially find quorum. I don't really recall where it was located before. I don't even know if that would necessarily help us in our hunt to try to find it. But I guess it's just something we're gonna have to look a little bit more into and see potentially if I mean, I don't think there's really any clues in that regard. So obviously these are going to be important as they're going to open up new things inside of our crafting chart, and they're going to allow us to craft different things that are going to be important in the long run. Obviously doing more damage with the range skill and things like that. So we're going to leave all this. We just sort of wanted to get a little bit of cooking XP in this episode. That way we're sort of hitting all of our targets and not necessarily leaving anything behind. So let's go ahead and check inside of our goblin packs and see if we can't find anything. Looking for shrapnel here. And I'll probably open up about 5, as I feel like that might be potentially a way to do it. What's this? So we got a quorum. So I'm not sure if those are anywhere else in the game, or if it's actually just inside here. The only problem with this is if I'm going to need quorum, that means I'm going to have to open up a ridiculous amount of these. And I really want to save these because I believe that they're going to be having seeds, which you're going to be using for farming. But what a terrible rate of getting them if that's the case. Obviously, we've opened up about, 10 already, and we've only got 2 quorum. So that's actually really horrible. So it's interesting as well because I believe they're going to be adding poison to your arrows. So what a good reason to have to kill quite a bit of them. As much as it kind of sucks that you don't get more quorum from opening these, I actually see a positive to it. It sort of makes you have to play the game a little bit more and kill more goblin, so that way you can actually obtain more quorum. What are these horrible drop rates? So I think we started with about 43, and we've got 3 quorum. So that's horrible. I'm not sure if you can pick quorum anywhere else, or if you have to get them out of goblin packs. But we were looking to find shrapnel here. But just, I guess, so people know now, you can actually get quorum out of goblin packs, but with a horrible rate. I'm pretty sure they're going to change that. I really think that they would not leave it that way. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So we've got that. And let's see. So lower level areas. Let's see. I'm trying to sort of think where blurite might be. I've got really no good sort of ideas. Let's see. I can't really think of anything. I thought of up here, but I sort of already checked a little bit. So let's see. I don't really know why it would be around here. I know the Abyssal Demon, I think, is still out here. I don't think I actually killed him last time. He did a good number on me. So maybe we could look a little bit around here and see if we can't find it. Maybe on the sides, or we've got Marental. Obviously, I've already checked this area for more quorum. If that's the only way you can actually get quorum, that's actually crazy. What's this? that's that beginner area. There's a chest. Maybe you can get quorum in a chest. No, it does not appear that you can. So we got Morental and a Morental. So I'm not sure really what I'm going to do when it really comes to that, because it seems if I don't really know how to get quorum other than accidentally find it in a goblin pack. What's this over here? There's a torch. There's a cave. I guess we could check the cave. Maybe they're special. Maybe the quorum only grow in sort of like darkness. I'm not sure. Let's see. But we can obviously fight this goblin warrior. Maybe he will drop some shrapnel. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, a lot of people are still trying to figure all this out. So as time goes on, we'll have a better understanding, I guess, of where you get things. A more detailed guide. I don't know why I got hit just now. I don't see any creatures or anything. So maybe it was just a delayed hit. But maybe yes. Maybe there'll be some quorum here in this cave. Maybe that would make sense. So it does quite a bit that nice damage. Let's see. But yeah, I don't want to open up all my goblin packs, as I'm trying to keep them in case there's seas. What is that? It's like a delayed hit. But basically, I don't want to open up all my goblin packs because I feel like I'm going to need them to get seeds. And then that even begs the question, what's going to be the rate that they actually are inside there? Because it could be a horrible rate, and then I might not even have enough. I thought I had plenty. I don't know. It's really weird. We're going to pick up all these bitter cap mushrooms. I feel like that's the smart thing to do. I think we got all of them. So yes, I'm not sure. There's no herbs in there. Let's get back to our teleporter pad and then maybe check somewhere else. But I don't really know where else to check, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why the quorum would be so rare. Obviously, it does add poison to your weapons, but at the same time, that's really rare. 43 I opened up and I got 3. So I'm not sure. I don't think they're in the Garu packs, but since I had to open up so many Goblin packs just to get the ones I've got, it's possible that they are. Let's see. I don't really know. We've got this. You got to think beginner areas, right? You've got to think beginner. Because honestly, Blorite is going to be something from the beginner stages, I guess. I mean, it's sort of like after Iron or maybe in the middle of Iron. I'm not sure. So we're just going to have to mess around with it a little bit and sort of go into different areas and see what we can find. This is going to be interesting. So yeah, all these vault guys respond. So I'm not sure if that was on purpose or because the fact is they weren't responding for me in most of the dungeons. So this can actually be quite beneficial for me because I needed more vault shards and I didn't really have a lot because I think I used a lot of them to build duplicate sets of armor. So this is actually going to help us quite a bit. So let's see what we get off this guy. It's just going to be interesting overall to see the different drops we're going to be getting. Maybe there'll be some quorum in here. I don't know why there would. This is like the very first dungeon you can do. But I guess we will pick up this. I don't see any... We've got a woodcutting tome. Let's see how much XP. 100. That's because we've already got so much. So let's see. I don't see any blurite. I don't see... Crazy. I don't really see anything in here that we can use. Let's see. I don't see pretty much anything of use. I don't know where Blurite is. I felt like it would really be here. I really did. There's another vault call. I don't want to get too lost in here. I don't really need a call. Let's see. I haven't got the slightest idea where to get Blurite. But we'll keep looking. Worst case, we have to look online to sort of help us. We found quorum. It's just incredibly difficult to get. So I'm trying to think. I don't really know where else I might want to try. Let's see. I definitely thought it would have been in the beginning areas. I'm not really seeing it though anywhere. I guess I really don't even know what to look for. So that's also a bit tricky. I guess I got another place. I guess I could go look. Let's see. I guess that would be here. Not here. Here. There is a cave here. I mean, I've sort of looked in the open areas. I'm not sure where to look. So I'm just sort of trying different things. So let's see. Maybe we could find some quorum in here, or blurite, or something. No clue whatsoever. This is going to give us a little bit of ash logs, which we really don't need. I thought there was a goblin in here. So absolutely nothing in here as well, except a bunch of stuff we already got. And we've got water. So we've really got nothing. Interesting. No quorum, no blurite, nothing. That's quite a big jump there. Let's see. I don't really have any other ideas. I don't know why it would be so rare if it was already currently in the game. I feel like you wouldn't have to look this hard to find it. So, but I don't understand why you'd have the Ica in the game. The Ica obviously needs, not the blurite, but it needs quorum. So I guess we're okay on that level. So we just are missing the blurite, which I've got no idea where to look. I thought it would have been like a lower level item. I guess it could be in a higher level area. Let's try to break it down really quick. So we've got a little bit of quorum, and then I guess let's pull out some echo and see what happens. We accidentally picked up items just now, and that lost us XP, so that's really unfortunate. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to be doing this. So that's right, we're going to need to use the cauldron. So we've got our quorum. Make some weapon poison. So this is actually really exciting, as it's an unknown thing we're getting to make. So we've got lots of resources. We're really getting out of control. Everything is getting all mixed up again, which is really unfortunate, because we finally started to really get a handle on things, and now things are completely out of control. So I think these are enchanted bar bolts. So can I actually poison enchanted bolts? Let's take a look. Requires a held melee weapon. So it's not working. I wonder... it's held. So it's not doing anything. Used in crafting poison arrows to coat your equipped melee weapon with poison for a short time. So it's not letting me do it. So I'm guessing it must be for the bow. Let's take a look. It's such a waste, actually, to do this. So I almost don't want to. It's not letting me. So it's crafting poison arrows. So potentially when I make the arrows. So I might have to make the bolts at that time. And that makes them poison. So you don't necessarily add the poison to the item. You have to make it with the poison on them. So for now, I don't really want to mess with that too much. I think I'm going to save it, considering how hard it is to get. So I don't really think they'll level adjusted how hard it is to get the quorum. I think that actually makes it what makes it good, because it takes so long to actually get it, but at the same time it must make the weapons more powerful, which is why it's so difficult to get them. So we are going to grab the rest of this, so that way we can get some more cooking XP. And it looks like we get, what's this, about 700 XP every time we sort of grab a full load. So it's not crazy XP, but obviously we've got loads of work to do. So there's a little bit more over here. I guess we'll grab it really quick. We're going to have to make more blight wood chests, which is going to take a considerable amount of time, considering we're going to have to go back to the Blightwood Swamp and gather more Blightwood. So we got a little bit of cooking XP, so we're working on that as well. I think really what's going to have to happen now is we're going to have to start looking for this blurite. I don't really need the blurite, right? I don't necessarily really need it. I sort of want it. So I got to also keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna try one more thing. Because I accidentally popped into this cave here. I was hoping that potentially I might find some in here. There's another area I can sort of spawn into, and it's like a cave. The only reason I'm trying caves is because I don't really know what else to do. I'm sort of out of ideas here. Let's see. I'm trying to think where that is in regard to. Is it here? There's an area that used to put me into a cave, but I haven't been over here in so long. I've actually got no idea where it would even be. We got to get rid of all these. These are actually irritating now. There's that cave. Let's see. Using quite a bit of runes right now. This is not a good place to be. Those guys used to spawn up there. I don't know. But I don't see any new type of thing I can mine. So I don't want to waste too much more time on it. Obviously, it's a little bit frustrating not being able to find this. Here we go. This is a cave with some people in it. Maybe I could find the blurite here. It's taking a second to load in. Hopefully I'm not dead by the time it does. I know that there's usually 2 Garu in here. And potentially we can find some blurite in here. I'm not sure. I doubt it. Or maybe some Corum. Really no idea. So let's just go ahead and wait for it to load in. Let's apply our shield. So unfortunately, we're just trying to wait here for this to load in, so it's going to take a little bit. I don't even think that the blurite or the quorum are in here, but I'm just not even entirely sure where to check. Look at these cool caves, though. That's pretty cool. Once we're done with this, if it turns out that the blurite and the quorum are not in here, we're basically just going to go kill sheep and ram. So that way we can keep getting XP for what we're trying to work on. Because otherwise, we're just basically wasting time. That was weird. He just like loaded in. He wasn't there before. Hopefully the melee guy, he should be right behind us. So he'll probably be popping in here in a second. I don't even see him in here. So let's see if we could find some blurite. Let's see. We've got the tin. Let's see. I don't see it. Let's see. We've already got all that. Yeah, so I'm not sure how to get blurite or not even. Wow, that was weird. He just spawned in. That's okay though. We should be able to kill him pretty easily. Get a little bit of range XP. And he's dead. So yeah, blurite. I'm literally sort of baffled. I've got no idea. So I'll probably end up looking at online just to get an idea. But at the same time, I don't know. Obviously, Quorum was in the game. It was just sort of hidden. So I'm going to guess blurite is somewhere out here. It's getting not even really dark, and there's just so many bad guys out here. So we've got to really be careful. Because we obviously don't want to get killed while we're out here. Like we always do. So I'm trying to think of other caves. I feel like this would have been the place. And I guess there is that place. But that's already got lots of iron ore in it. I don't know why they would put a ton of iron ore with blurite. But I guess that could be a good place to look. I would thought it would have been out in the open. So that's why I've been trying to find places that are really easy to get. So let's go check really quick. We've obviously been working on a little bit of range XP. It's right here. It's in here. So let's take a look and see if we can find ourselves some blurite. We've got sandstone. We've got iron. Let's take a look. We've got more iron. And we've got stone. So I don't see blurite. So I'm not entirely sure how we're going to get it. Where it's at. And hopefully, if I just spend a little bit more time in the game, I can actually find out where I need to go to get it. I'm sure we will. It's just going to take time. It's not really the end of the world. So right now we're actually using the enchanted bolts. So let's see how much. It doesn't seem like they really do much more damage, right? Because I think the ram usually took 2 kills anyway. Let me double check and make sure I'm actually, in fact, using those. And then we've still got, it is, so we are. So I've still got to figure out how to weird that they're not doing much more damage. But now I've got to figure out how to get shrapnel on a more consistent basis. Because I did get it earlier. I'm still sort of unclear how I got that. And that could be another possible thing, that sometimes you get it while you're crafting, smithing, and then other times you don't. And the whole purpose of that is basically to make it something of a bit of a rarity, which is actually quite nice. So you don't necessarily get to have the best of the best every single time. You sort of have to keep playing the game to get that random thing that's going to really help you. And it's possible also that it makes it that much better when you're fighting a boss to have to prepare yourself rather than walking in there with something that you're just going to get to use every time, and then sort of you have to work for your perks, which I think is actually quite a cool thing. So I'm thinking we're going to get this level in range, and then we're probably going to maybe get one more, and then that will be the end of the episode, and we'll do an XP update. But ultimately, that's going to be quite a bit of killing to get this next XP level right here. But we're at level 37, so it's actually happening quite fast. We're walking really slow, so let's go ahead and drink a little bit of water, eat a little bit of food, so that way we actually have more stamina too while we're fighting. That will help a lot. So we can, I guess that's not really the issue. The issue is reloading anyway, so I'm not sure how much that's really going to change. Let's take a look. Those guys are so far. There's quite a bit out here. I guess we'll fight these. But so I'm not sure where we're going to get Blurite. Not even the slightest idea. How could it be so hidden? I guess that's the whole point, is it's not around every corner. And that sort of adds an appeal to it. I'm still completely at a loss as to where it would be, though. That's my problem. I've got no idea. So maybe we can kill this guy again. He gives quite a bit of range XP. We can actually maybe get him down most of the way before he even gets to us. But he's giving us quite a bit of XP, and he's not even here yet, so that's good. This will give us a little bit of an advantage. We're having really good accuracy right now, too, as well, because he's so far away. We did miss that time, and that's because, obviously, he's not quite here yet. So this is going to really give us some time to get him. I can't believe I missed. Where's he going now? He's sort of running. That's not good. So I guess I was too far out of the line of sight. So he left. But we got quite a bit of XP from attacking him anyway. So the Blurite. Where are we going to find the Blurite? Let's go see. I believe this is the Slayer Master from the old RuneScape. Maybe he could help us somehow. I really highly doubt it. I cannot. He's not going to help us. So, interesting. No idea where we're going to find this. But we've got quite a bit of XP to get this next level in range, so we're just going to keep working on that. Let's see. I guess we could fight this plant. That will give us quite a bit of XP as well. But this thing does quite a bit of damage as well, so if it does manage to shoot us, that's going to hurt. I think it takes about half my life. So he hasn't even tried to fight us yet, so that's actually quite nice. And he's dead. Oh no, that's a wolf in front of him. That's no good. So this changes quite a bit. Now, okay, we got it. I thought it was going to be a lot harder then. So we are already halfway to the next level. Loads more work to do. But there just seems to be a lot more wolves out here. I'm sure if you've seen a lot of my other videos, I never really had that big of a problem with wolves. They were not really out here all that much. Well, I guess I can collect a little bit of dwellberries. It'll give me some cooking XP and some resources to work on cooking as well. There's lots of sheep and ram out here right now, which is going to be good. But Blurite, where am I going to find Blurite? No clues right now. If anybody's watching this and potentially knows where I can find Blurite, that would actually be pretty awesome for someone to just tell me. Obviously, it's fun to sort of find things on my own, but at the same time, when you run out of places to look, not that I've looked every single place, but obviously all these things take time to run around and look when you really have no clue where to look. So we've got to get out of here because there's a shaman, and I believe it's a berserker. So I just want to sort of shoot a couple more of these, but we really don't have time for that now, and we're going to have poison flying at us. So let's get back to our base. Our inventory is full. We got to make some more chests because we've got too much junk. Also, our base hasn't been attacked by a warband in quite an incredible amount of time. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe they changed the rate of which you would get attacked in the update. I'm not sure. So let's see. We're going to go to sleep really quick. We're going to wake up and then finish up on that level and range. And then we're probably going to call it. We'll obviously do an XP update before we do. So we've worked on cooking. We've worked on range a little bit. And the one thing I still can't seem to find is blurite. And I wonder if it could be out here in the runes. There's a lot of stuff out here, but probably not blurite. Eventually we'll find it. I don't know how long it's going to take. Wow, we one-shot that guy. That's crazy. Those guys are like, oh wait, he's not dead. What's happening? He got back up, so that's obviously a glitch. That was quite weird. I was just like, wow, I one-shot this creature that normally takes so many hits. And we're doing quite a bit of damage. You're just running around wrecking everything. So I'm not sure, potentially, if I might be able to find blurite over here. This looks like a sort of blurite area. Potentially, if it had a place to be. We've got bad guys there. We've got trouble, though. I bet we could kill this guy, though. I just don't know where I'm going to find a blurite. That's my problem right now. Let's see. Let's see. Not a clue in the world. But like I said, if anybody's watching this and they potentially know where blurite is, and they want to sort of share that, that would be great. But see, this just gives you an idea. If you've made it this far in the episode, this just gives you an idea. Runite ore is going to come to the game. Adamite ore is going to come to the game. All these things. And all I really can say is, it's not going to be as easy as people might think to find these things. Like, obviously, Quorum has made its way into the game, and the only way you can get it is from Goblin packs. So that just begs the question, how hard is it going to be to get Runite ore, Adamite ore, things like that? Mithril ore, all these things. There's no Mithril in the game right now, right? No, that's silver, right? Yeah, silver. But basically, we're going to finish up working on range really quick. We're going to get Y level. And then, I'm not sure. We're going to probably have to do some research on blurite and see if we potentially can't find it. Because I've just got nothing in my brain that says that's where it's at. I've tried a couple different things. I thought potentially it could be in Goblin packs. I thought maybe it could be in Garu packs. But it has not been in any of those things. So obviously we're going to have to take some more time and look a lot more into it. And we're about to level up in range again. So that's quite nice. I didn't think it would be too hard to level up range related to level 50. I think it's going to be a lot harder to get it to level 99. That's what I think is going to be tricky. Obviously, I will be killing hundreds of the new monsters, so it will happen. It's just going to take time, but level 38. So I probably will. Let's see, I'll kill this sheep really quick, and then I'll kill this ram because they just happen to be here. So it's just starting on our next level. But let's go ahead and go back to our base. And let's see, potentially put a little bit more dirty water inside there. We're also going to need to make more chests eventually because we've sort of filled up the ones we've got. We got shrapnel. See, so I'm not sure what that is, why I'm getting shrapnel. But regardless, we're getting it, and that's important. So maybe it's like some sort of broken arrow that's sort of flying back at me. But that takes forever to get those. So if that's how you have to get it, that's going to be quite the little journey right there. So let's put this on back, pull out a cooking potion, and then this will be the last thing we're going to be doing in this episode, is basically just working on cooking. Obviously going to do an XP update. Really excited about this update, though. It's also, I mean, it's fun, it's adventure, but there is this part of me that's just like, why is it so hard to find a blurite? Why was the quorum so difficult to find? And now it's really rare, which makes it important. That's obviously a good thing. It's just going to make it that much more important while you're fighting creatures and things like that. I haven't seen what kind of damage it does. I'll probably go over that in the next episode. I'll probably just put some on my arrows, even though I do prefer the crossbow now, which shocks me because I've never been a crossbow person. It's just not for me. But I don't know, I've sort of grown to it. And it was so fast that I grew to it, to be honest. Because it just took basically the fact that it's more accurate it does take longer to fire. It's got a lot slower reload, but at the same time, if I'm doing more, I guess, consistent damage because my aim's better with it, obviously it's better accuracy, so that's really important. So we've got lots of dirty water here. I wonder if I just push F here. No, I actually have to click on all of it to get it in here, and we forgot two, but it's hard to see when they're all the same, so... Okay, let's drop this in here, and we're not really going to be able to go to sleep just to end all this, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, which we're going to have to find something to do until it's all done, but that's fine. Potentially, I can actually add a little bit of that poison. See, this looks like, what is that, fire? Looks like a little fire indicator, so I'm not sure, but we've got iron arrows here, and then what we're going to do is grab out some of that weapon poison and actually add it to them. I probably won't use them in this episode, but I just want to see how it goes. So you have to used in crafting. So I think I actually have to craft new arrows with it. So let's go ahead and see. This will give us an indication for future reference of how we're going to have to do this. Let's see, we're going to need feathers. So let's grab a little bit of feathers. And then I believe I need ash logs, but I can't really remember. Or it might actually be oak logs. So let's go see what's going to be expected to make these arrows. But Blurite ore is on the map. Oh my gosh, that deer just scared me. Ridiculous. So anyway, let's go ahead and see how we're going to go about doing this. Okay, poisoned iron arrows. So you get 33 for one weapon poison. That's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Hopefully they're powerful. I'm not sure how powerful they're going to be. We can test them later on. I don't really think there's anything good to test them on. I feel like lots of the creatures in the game right now are just pretty much average creatures, and they don't really need anything too crazy to kill. So I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll keep them in our inventory so we sort of don't forget about them. I'm trying to find my bow right now. And since I'm such a mess, I don't remember what I did with it. I could have swore I just had it like right here. So this is no good. There we go. So I do got to fix this. So let's try to figure out how we can fix this. This is going to be good. Repair. So we need a steel bar. So that's really not that big of a deal. We've got tons of those lying around. Let's see, 8 of those. So that's a pretty quick fix right there. Not really that big of a deal. So let's drop these bars back in here. And then we've got all that set up. So, blurite ore. It's like basically the last thing that we need to try to figure out how to get. I've got no ideas. And like I stated before, if any of you guys maybe potentially have an idea of how to get blurite ore, that would be great. If you could just drop it in the comments and sort of let us know, because we have no idea where to start. I mean, we sort of had some ideas to start to look, and we had no luck. So obviously we're going to need to get blurite ore, just for the sake of doing it. I feel like our enchanted bolts probably do quite a bit of damage, and you know, probably going to do somewhere near the same amount. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like we have to have blurite, but I want to experience it, so that means I'm going to have to make it happen. So whether it's more research or potentially finding out from another player, I'm not sure. So anyway, guys, we really hope you guys are enjoying our content. We hope you guys are enjoying the new update. There's lots of exciting things. Hopefully, I'm not sure if I want them to change the drop rate out of the Goblin Pack. I feel like having it be a little bit scarce is actually kind of cool. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and do our XP update though really quick. So attack 313,000. We've got ranged at 12,275, sitting at level 38. Woodcutting 1,001,000. Construction 2,013,000. Runecrafting 851,000. Magic 122,000. Mining 4,171,000. Artisan 4,115,000. And cooking 333,907. So we're making progress on all levels right now. I'm actually really happy with our progress. But yeah, anyway, as I was stating before, hopefully you guys are enjoying our content. Hopefully you're enjoying your experience in RuneScape Dragonwilds and this really cool new update. And until next time, Legion Luda out.